Hey, what's up, guys? The camper top chicken coop is basically finished. I'll take you guys out there to have a look at it in just a little bit. This is the last issue I have with it. The gas springs for the the back door that opens, they're dead. I imagine they're at least, I think there was a date on here, 98, so from 1998. And as you can see, there's not much pressure left to them, but the seal is still there. There's no spring in here, that's just pressure pushing it back out. So I got on YouTube yesterday. Actually, I was trying to just find some gas springs for it, and the only ones I thought would work are all the way in Shenzhen. So I got to wondering, well, maybe there's a way to recharge these. And I saw a video where a guy put a Schrader valve in one of them and he soldered it in. And I didn't really think that that was the way I wanted to do it at all. And then I looked and I saw another video, and they had this big machine that clamped the spring right there and dialed in the nitrogen, hit it with that, and it charged it up. So what I am going to try is, I just got back from Lowe's and I bought this piece of iron pipe and I put a Foster nipple in the end of it, and I just got a refill on my nitrogen, my 6K tank. If you guys are interested in maybe switching over to nitrogen and you don't have them deliver it, here's what you're in for. God forbid you have any stairs. Anyway, what I'm going to do is put this in here and then put about 400 pounds of nitrogen on it and see if that does the trick. There's also a little recess down in here, and I've cleaned it out the best I can here, and I'm going to fill that up with silicone oil and then attempt to charge it in this position. That way it'll get some silicone oil on that seal. Alrighty, here's our setup, and since this is a brand new fresh tank, the gas is going to want to come out of there really fast at 6,000 psi. They're usually a little bit over that, so I'm going to crack the valve open and make sure that the regulator is holding back everything first. Alrighty, that was successful, and I went ahead and connected it. So we're going to slowly raise the pressure. So I want to hit that hash mark right under the long one, which would be 400. I am wearing safety glasses. starting to get some pressure in there. Another thing when you're using these is you don't ever want to stand in front of that in case it shoots off and blows your head off. So I'm just doing this real slow. Okay, we're almost there. I'm going to let this sit and just keep an eye on it for a little while, because it might creep up a little more, but I'll be back in when we're done with that. I went ahead and turned off the dehumidifier and this fan I got running. I wanted to listen for any leaks I had down there, and I didn't really research this other than watching those two videos, so as far as I know, this might be, common practice for air gunners already who have nitrogen piston air rifles. But if this works, I will know that I can recharge my nitrogen pistons in the couple of air rifles I have that use those. So I thought that was kind of neat. All right, we've had it on there 3 or 4 minutes, and right after I stopped filling it, right after I got the pressure up, just sitting here watching it, and the hose did wiggle a little bit. So I don't know if that was the piston in there doing something. Hopefully this worked. Anyway, now we're going to shut our gas off and bleed it. I like doing everything slow, even though that's only 400 psi. It's just a good habit to get into. All right, I'm gonna unhook this and meet you in the shop. I probably spent just as much on this pipe, the caps, and the Foster fitting that I did, that I would have if I'd have just bought another pair of these. It looks like the oil might have gone in or just leaked out the side, but I guess now is the moment of truth. Let me get a rag and clean this off. Yep, it worked. Oh yeah, very cool. Let's go check out the chicken coop. Before we get to that, I brought it home and I put it on, and it alone is enough to hold up the lid, but I remembered that there's another one, so I pulled it off, and this is it, and this one is really dead. So this will be the test. If I can bring this one back, that will definitely be something. If I can't, I really haven't decided if I'm going to do this before or after. Is if it doesn't work, I'll soak this end in brake fluid overnight. But since it's dirty right now, I think I'm going to take a toothbrush and clean it off with brake fluid. I don't want to blow any of that dirt in it when it charges, and so I think the brake fluid would be a good thing to clean it off with right now instead of just compressed air. I don't want to blow anything in there. It's a little bit loose. All right, we're back at the shop. Cleaned it off with brake fluid and a toothbrush. For those of you who don't know, brake fluid and automatic transmission fluid will swell up some rubbers, for lack of a better, for not really knowing what the stuff is made out of. Maybe Viton, don't know. But which can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. So we're going to put some more silicone oil in here and just repeat the same process, and with any luck we can bring this one back to life. I don't know if we can or not, but we're going to try. Alright, we've got it charged, and I said earlier that I like to do everything really slow normally with high pressure stuff. Well, we're going to release the gas on that quickly, and the idea for that is because that seal is kind of loose in there. As the air tries to rush out, it'll grab the seal and close everything back together. That's the idea anyway. I also do this on Blackbird valves, and it tends to work pretty well. Make sure we're off. Alright, let's see what we got. I charged this one at about 450 psi. The thinking was, if there was any blow-by before it seated, that would account for it. And the reason I chose 400 is because that's what the guy on the YouTube video did. Now, I believe that there are charts for filling these things somewhere out there. I briefly tried to look it up on my phone while I was in here, but I didn't spend too much time on it. And it works. Well, I'm tickled shitless. I guess the test now is, how long will it hold the charge? I don't consider, even if it doesn't hold a charge very long, this is a win, because I'm going to use this for some other things. Got some CO2, what you call it, super something. Anyway, yeah, to extract essential oils. I'm going to try my hand at that for the wife. But yeah, that's really cool. It's just a shame to throw these things away, because that rod is a real precision machine piece right there. So yeah, now we can look at the chicken coop. All right, this window, one of these windows, not this one, the one on the other side, it was busted out. So I replaced that with plexiglass. Knocked out, one of the screens was already knocked out for me, so I knocked out the other one and installed this hardware cloth. That's just got these bolts going through finishing washers. They're 2-inch bolts going through the finishing washer, through the cab, and then they go through a piece of PVC. It's just a spacer, and then the bolt goes through the hardware cloth, and then a fender washer, and then a nut. So that's how we get our spacing on that. And yeah, they still slide open and whatnot. We've got the automatic door, which is nice. The wife doesn't have to be out here at the butt crack of dawn to let them out anymore. That opens in the morning and closes in the evening. It's got 4 sides on it, and I'd say 90% of this thing was wood I had laying around, wood I found on the side of the road, and just about 90% recycled. And these are on hinges. I had a bunch of hinges, and these drawer pulls are from out of our kitchen. I replaced those not long ago. And it's got legs. I put these on yesterday. They're off of a card table. I just cut them up into 4 pieces and bolted them there, and they just fold up out of the way, and then the doors can close. So I've got 3 doors. Yeah, I'll do the same thing. Yeah, each one of them's got, our bolt locks. Let's see. Inside, there's a hardware cloth platform that they can walk all the way around on, and that's the nesting box area over there. Might do something in the future a little more elaborate for that, but they've got their perches here so they can climb up in here at night and roost up here. And I was going to do a door here, like on the sides, but she just wanted hardware cloth, so whatever. One thing that I'm going to do some other day is give them a front porch up here, right there, and I might put it on hinges so it'll just be able to fold down over that hardware cloth, but that way they'll have their wraparound front porch, or wraparound porch rather. Let's see. Oh yeah, now my favorite part with our refurbished Nitro Pistons. So that's about all I have to say about that. Yeah, that thing's stout. I want to do that again. Alright guys, later.